Well, here we are, 2015, and so far it's off to a really great start. Not gonna show too much of it in just one video. Most likely gonna do different camera positions throughout the year to give you guys a brief idea, but finally finished remodeling, redoing, renovating my room, and I'm really liking how it is right now. Seems kind of like a dorm room feel for the most part. But it's been a really great month. And, well, aside from the room, like I just stated, did check out quite a few, just a few more new karaoke venues. Had a lot of fun there. And it's just funny, two of them was because of this one show I went to about midway through the month. And it was really great. The show was brought to my attention from a good old high school friend of mine, Maddie. Just made a post and brought it to my attention that Powerman 5000 was going to be in town with Head PE at the Las Vegas Country Saloon, which I've been there quite a few times because of hours, and it is a really great place. Couldn't miss the show. I had to check it out and have a little mini reunion, if you will, and had a lot of fun there. And Victor, old high school friend of mine, the group I got associated with the most, a lot of people from high school may remember seeing me with that group, and had a lot of fun. And like I was saying, karaoke venues before the show, just right next door to Las Vegas Country Saloon was Brass Lounge, and before the show started, they were doing a little karaoke, and, well, you should know me by now. I couldn't resist. I had to give it a shot, and had a lot of fun. Not too many people there at the time. And after the show, that's right, 2 in one night, I had to, since it was close enough, just had to walk right on down the street to the Beauty Bar for some karate karaoke. Check that out. And again, by that time, it was really late in the night, not too many people there, but had to pay respect to the dojo, check it out, sing a song, and, yeah, like I said, a lot of fun. And along with that, later on in the month, I did get to, well, old favorite of mine, and always will be, I'm sure, got to see Jimmy Neko doing a solo set at the Bunkhouse. First time being there. It was really nice, and there wasn't too many people that showed up, but the show was announced pretty much last minute, but still quite a few people. The opening bands, Jesse Peno and Avalon Landing, did a really great set. And wasn't the entire Avalon Landing, just about 3/4 of the band, as they said, so it wasn't full band. It was pretty much an all-acoustic night. Whole lot of fun, amazing music. And it's always great to see Jimmy Neko, and I was greeted with open arms by April Bauer and Chris Goodlove, had to give me a warm welcome as well. And in the middle of sound check, since I showed up just that early, Jimmy Neko, just by chance, hopped off stage to really greet me and welcome me there as well. It was a whole lot of fun. And of course, I had to collect some autographs. And because of that, aside from their debut demo album, well, I'm sure you've seen the picture. I have all of their studio albums, plus bonus DVD autographed by Jimmy and the band. Well, or the band, I should say. And, yeah, aside from Sour, their debut demo, the collection's pretty much complete until they release some new music. And we'll see how all of that goes. And a great set, I have to say, of autographs. I did collect for a very special friend of mine, Jenny Ramirez, and just wanted to try and collect those for her since she couldn't make it to the show that night. And she really enjoyed it, along with a hoodie I got from her from the show as well, and talking about the band, and just had a really great time. And since I brought it up, I just have to state that just getting the chance to hang out with Jenny again, especially for the beginning of the year, just makes it seem like it's going to be a really, really great year, because we had a really great time just hanging out, catching up, and just being the best of friends, the greatest of friends, I have to say. And just have to wait and see how the rest of the year goes, but I'm pretty sure it's going to go very well so far. For many reasons, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be seeing Jenny a whole lot more. And, well, she knows she has my full support with everything, especially, well, my understanding what her plans are for this year. And just have to see how it all goes. But for the most part, that's just about all I can think of to talk about for January. And just have to wait and see what February brings. But still, it should be a great year. February came and went, and just another month for the most part, but it did have its own moments. I won't get into too much detail about it, but I have been trying my best to exercise a little more using my bike and doing some push-ups, because that whole Spartan challenge, 30 push-ups for 30 days. Push-ups my way, of course, but still work nonetheless. And along with that, again, the shortest month, not too much had happened. And, well, main one, and one of the biggest thing is, I did get to go to vinyl at the Hard Rock again. And this time I got to see Systemic with Luminov, the Glorious Sons, and the main band, 10 Years. A whole lot of fun, and I was really excited about it and had a really great time. And of course, well, yeah, karaoke is always a big thing for me. Doing it a lot, twice a week, Fridays and Saturdays. And just planning out my whole second degree black belt ceremony, which is going to happen in March. I'm really looking forward to that. But of course, some downsides. Well, one main one I'm going to bring up because it was that big. I want to try and end the year on a good note. But, as most of you know, and have to take the time to mention it in this video, losing the great Leonard Nimoy at the end of the month. It really was a massive hit for a lot of us, I'm sure. One of the greats. I'm sure I'm not just being biased about it. And there are quite a few people that would agree with me. But he will be remembered, as he lived long and prospered. But, again, don't want to bring too many people down on, watching my annual vlog. And try to end the year on a good note. Just hanging out with a bunch of people, reconnecting with some old friends of mine. And won't get into too much detail about it, but one in particular. And, well, she knows what we've been talking about. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And in reference to what I mentioned earlier, to try and keep a somewhat positive attitude about it all. Then off this month, well, all we have to really do is just live long and prosper. So March really was quite the month. I'm not going to go into too much detail, didn't exactly do too much, but it was still worth its while. Started the month off right. Jimmy Necco, you all should know me with that artist by now, put on an exclusive online performance for the Ars Black Card holders, and played a whole lot of new songs, and it was really great to hear some of that well ahead of time. There is some definite potential in a lot of those songs, but we'll have to wait and see how it all goes. And along with that, another favorite artist of mine put out an early release of their next album, Chapter 2, California Noir, Chapter 2, Analog Beaches, Digital Cities, and oh my god, I am in love with it. And it just really impactful, and it really is great seeing what their next movement is, where they're going next in their career, and how they've essentially evolved musically and how they're progressing for the most part. And along with that, again, music. It's a really big night. Some of you were there, not too much, but also had my second degree black belt ceremony for karate karaoke. And it was a whole lot of fun. Sang a lot of songs. Had gone quite a few people, but people enjoyed it this time around and just had a really great time. Met some new people, not too many, but made some new friends. And just have to go along with it, see how the rest of all of this goes. And the thing about it was more of a laid-back month, but just have to wait and see what happens next month in April. Well, my birthday and all. But just have to wait and see. Right, April was a pretty good month. Got another year older and, well, had a lot of ways of celebrating. My sister-in-law had a baby shower the day of my birthday, so we got to join in with them to really go along with the celebrations and bring in this new year for me. Day before that, hung out with Elaine again at another day club. Whole lot of fun, but with the weather warming up, how can spending time at a pool, lots of loud music, some drinks floating around. How could that be a bad time? But also, just in time for my birthday, got the rest of my perks for Julian K's California Noir Chapter 1, Analog Beaches and Digital Cities, and, well, I'm sure most of you have seen the photos online, and just how it came right in time for my birthday is more than I can ask for. And for the most part, that's about it. Didn't do too much aside from what I just mentioned in April, but just the way it all goes, and just have to wait and see how next month will go. But for the most part, yeah, this year is going off really, really well. Well, May was another month. You could say not too much happened, but that would be a lie. Because, well, most of you did see the picture. I did go to the 2015 Las Vegas Car Stars and got to meet Christopher Lloyd himself. Got him to sign my Back to the Future license plate, which was a whole lot of fun, and meeting a whole bunch of the cast from the original Back to the Future. Donald Fullilove, Mary Goldie Wilson, of course Leah Thompson, Lorraine, Claudia Wells again, and just so many other behind-the-scenes people who really made it work. And, well, a lot of you should know me when it comes to Back to the Future. And again, another picture I'm sure a lot of you have seen. Did become an uncle again. My oldest brother and his wife had a daughter, and just the sweetest little things, just so young, met her just hours after she was born. And, well, just another ride of being an uncle yet again, and seeing how all of that goes. And another big thing that happened in May, well, wasn't for me personally, but before that I should say, I forgot to mention it last month, but in April, around my birthday, I did talk to a few people over the phone, like Ron and Stacy. It was the day before my birthday, talked to them a little bit, which is always great catching up with them. And the day of my birthday, got a call from, I just have to say, my greatest and bestest friend, Jen, and just really made my birthday even more special. And I just have to bring that up real quick because another big thing that happened in May, again, didn't happen to me personally, but just hearing about it, and, well, they know they have my full support and I'm completely happy for them. Just backtrack just a little bit. My greatest and bestest friend Jen got married, wasn't there, but again, I'm wishing them all the best, and just have to wait and see how the rest of everything goes for them, for me, just about everybody. And just on a personal note, for myself, just dealing with everything that comes my way the best I can, and won't say too much about it, but I've been trying to learn and teach myself, as it were, this new trait, and it seems to be going well so far, but in time we'll see just how much I will learn of it, and if I can really be fluent in it, if you will, but we'll just have to wait and see. So, until next time, and just have to wait and see what the next month brings. Alright, actually holding the camera by hand this time. I'm going to try and keep it steady, so apologies if it gets all shaky, but just another month has gone by now. Just seems like the months, not too much is happening or going on, but June was another good one. Spending a lot of time with family and friends, and having to deal with a whole mess of everything, as far as my health and doctors, my medication, and all that goes. But I'm still kicking and fighting it the best I can, and you all should know I'm not gonna let those matters obscure my way all that much, and I'm gonna push through it all. And just a sad point I have to bring up, the loss of Christopher Lee, another great actor, just gone the way of the wind now. But he will be remembered, I'm sure of that. But to try and keep things on a positive note, got to watch, well, I'm sure most of you have seen photos I posted. Got to see another live webcast from my favorite band, Ours. I believe you all know how I am with that band. And it was pretty fun hearing some of the new material before it's officially recorded and released on their next album. And just have to wait and see how all of that goes. The Ours Unlimited campaign did seem like a success. I got not too many items, because it seemed like they were more exclusive to the East Coast, but did purchase what I can, and seemed logical for me to purchase. And another very positive note, not me personally, but I did get to help my buddies Phil and Kelly celebrate their recent engagement, and it was just great to be part of that. Didn't actually see the proposal happen, but just spending time with them to help them celebrate this next step in their lives, and just to have to wait and see the next step as it goes, as far as, the whole marriage and all that. But that's their entire story. I'm not gonna get too involved in that. And just more friends of mine didn't get to speak with Ron and Stacy a little bit online and seeing, well, it was a live webcast, and just seeing little Drake growing up so fast, and it was reminding me of how many of my other friends have kids of their own, or just being married, or being that close with someone. Just can't help but wonder, did I miss the train for the most part? But these things happen. I'm not gonna rush myself into anything, because yes, things take time, more time for others, but just have to see how it all goes, and just have to take it all as it comes. But for the most part, that was June. Not too much to say, but those were some of the big points I had to point out. And as always, just have to see what's going to happen for the next month. So, well, I'm sure there's still a lot more to come for the rest of this year. So July was another month down, and, well, it doesn't seem like too much has been going on for the most part, but July, celebrating Independence Day with family and good neighbors just down the street, and a whole lot of fun. But along with that, also helped my good friend Angie celebrate her birthday at Bounty Hunter, the great bar. Been a while since I've been there, and it was just funny, like it was last year, ran into John, Ash's father. It was great seeing him, talking to him again, and just trying to catch up and see how everything was going since the last time we've seen each other. And also, in July, helping my good buddy Phil celebrate his birthday at the Pinball Hall of Fame, which was a whole lot of fun. First time going to that, and yeah, like I said, a really great time. Just hanging out with some people, went to high school with her, but it was really great hanging out with Gail and just playing some video games, just talking, getting to know each other a little bit before she had to move back to New York, I believe it was. And of course, spending time with Elaine there, and can't forget Kelly, and just all this talk in preparation for Phil and Kelly's wedding, scheduled for next year. That's what they're planning. You just have to wait and see how it all goes. And along with that, what else has happened? Oh yeah, like I was saying, spending time hanging out with Phil again. We went to this free screening of the Back to the Future trilogy, and just only stayed for the first two movies, but still a whole lot of fun, and just seeing those movies on a big screen for free, mind you. It was just a whole lot of fun, and how, if you know me, how am I going to pass that up? And another big thing, I started hanging out with Ariel again, every once in a while, and it was just a whole lot of fun. Because of her, I got to meet this performance troupe she's a member of, and for the most part, it seems like I have a job or a gig being a videographer for that performance troupe. But that's all I'm going to say about all of that. I just have to see how it all goes, but I'm pretty sure it should be fun. And not too much just yet, but I've been talking with this one friend of mine again, a little bit more. We've been talking a lot so far this year, but just showing her some support and being there for her to talk with her about whatever she might need, especially with her health concerns as they approach. But just have to wait and see how it all goes. I'm sure all the best. And that's about all I can think of at the moment as far as the main good things go for July. Now, one tiny thing is, I did listen to the audiobook version of it, thanks to Phil, but also read through the physical book of Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, and yeah, despite the fact that I knew how the story was going to go, it was a whole lot of fun reading it all over again. And if you haven't checked out Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, you gotta check it out. It's a really great read. Like I said, I enjoyed it. And just one bad thing I'm gonna have to say about July is just having to bear through all of this heat. But it's just the way it all goes. Until next month, let's see what August has to bring. Really doesn't seem like there's that much to talk about as far as what happened in August. But been doing month by month for this year, so I have to say something. And not a whole lot actually happened in August, but I can understand that. Summer winding down, the next school year starting, and people were just trying to take it easy. I'm not going back to school. I'm done with that, as I'm sure a lot of you know. But nothing wrong with that. You just have to take it all as it comes. And not too much just yet, but I've been hanging out with this certain group of people for my little freelance gig, having a whole lot of fun with that. Just hanging out, watching them as they rehearse their sets for their shows, and just having a whole lot of fun, meeting all of them, hanging out, becoming good friends with them, and just helping them plan out this whole event for the end of September. Not going to say too much about that at the moment, but it should be a whole lot of fun. I am looking forward to that, and just have to wait and see how all of that goes. And, again, like I said, not too much happened in August. But one big thing I did, of course, I have to point out is I did get the chance to hang out with Jen again. And a lot of you should know, one of my greatest and bestest friends. It's great hanging out with her, watching the premiere, the next show about the certain walker types on AMC. Not sure if I should say the name in this video, but a lot of you, I believe, should know it. It's a spin-off of this one other show with the walkers, and it's very curious so far. And along those same lines, I'm not going to say her name, but I've been talking quite a bit with this old friend of mine from way back in the day, it seems. And just wished her a happy birthday. And we just got to talking, shooting back and forth, sharing all of these memories that we share, and just been having a lot of fun talking about those times, revisiting old memories, and just catching each other up on how everything's been since we last met. And yeah, it has been really great. We shared a lot of great times with each other. Just talking about how much things have changed and what has happened over the years for the two of us. It's just been really great. And actually getting the chance to hang out with her for this little lunch meet, it was just really great. And just have to see how everything else goes, but I'm just really glad that we got back in touch, and we've been talking a lot lately. And it just seems right, for the most part, how we're able to still connect and talk to each other. And it just seems like I'm rambling now about that. But don't want to take up too much time for any specific months, so I should wrap it up. We just have to wait and see how everything's going to go for September. September really was quite the month. A lot had happened, it seemed, but can't quite recall all of it. But for the most part, yes, of course, helping quite a few people celebrate their birthdays. And there really were quite a few birthdays to celebrate in September. But a main thing to really talk about is, like I briefly mentioned for a previous month, went on this little trip for my freelance gig with the fabulous Las Vegas Nuclear Bombshells to Wasteland Weekend 2015, and it was a whole lot of fun. For those who don't know, it's kind of like a convention or a festival, mainly Mad Max themed, and just seeing all those people, quite a few friendly people, just hanging out, meeting new people, making new friends, just having a great time looking out for each other. Really was great, and yeah, I had a really great time, and just have to say I really look forward to what the possible next time could be, because I have to go again, especially if I maintain this freelance gig of mine, which is very likely, and just have to keep on going with it all as it comes, because again, just had a really great time, and people there really enjoyed me, and just having me there and doing what they wanted, what they needed me to do for the freelance gig and all, and pretty much getting that whole camping feel. Never really did anything like that before, but actually getting that chance because of this group was just a whole lot of fun. It was a great experience to have, I have to say. And just, now for the all of Wasteland, just seeing all those cars fully decked out and modded to represent the whole Mad Max franchise. And just seeing how everybody got into the whole spirit of it all. With the costumes, the outfits, the music, the whole attitude, and just going along with it all. And most of you have seen the picture of me being the Doof Warrior from Mad Max Fury Road, the flamethrower guitar guy. People did enjoy that. Didn't wear that outfit the entire time, but I have to be sure that next time I do. Unless I get a different outfit for it, but we'll see how all of that goes. And just like I briefly mentioned, just talking a lot with this one friend of mine that I knew back in my high school days. And just keeping in touch, keeping each other posted. Still a whole lot of fun, I have to say. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else really big or major that happened in September. None that's really coming to mind. We just have to wait and see how it all goes. But for the most part, that's how that month has been, and well, just looking forward to the ever so gradually cooling weather here in Vegas. And just looking forward to, well, just for a hoodie season, once that starts up again. Gradually build up to wearing my coat again. But just have to take it slow as it comes and see what the weather has to bring. But for the most part, just winding the year down. Not too many of these left as far as the month-by-month process goes. But I'll be honest, just remind myself why I don't really do it month by month all that often. And quite frankly, I'm getting tired of doing all of this vlogging. It just seems like I'm always just about saying the same things over and over again, but I don't know, we'll see how it all goes. Possibly for next year, and just have 3 months left to finish off this year. We'll see how it all goes. But for now, that's it. Well, now October has come and gone, and it was quite the month. Just trying to think back of everything that had happened. And at times didn't seem like it was all that much, but still quite a bit had happened. And of course, one of the biggest events of October, a lot of you should know me when it comes to the certain franchise, but Back to the Future Day, oddly enough, I didn't do all that much to celebrate said day, but things happened, couldn't get around to it. There were quite a few things I could have attended and gone to, but oh well. But one of a few main things that I haven't talked about it too much, started this new medication. It should help me out, just have to wait and see how it all goes. But should be good. We'll just have to wait and see. Talking to Ron and Stacy a little bit, just catching up a little more. And, little Drake's birthday. It's getting so big so fast, it seems. They haven't, I don't want to get too much on their side of things, but they were talking a little bit about maybe another kid. They're still debating on that, but just have to wait and see how all of that goes and what they decide. And for the most part, well, October and all, one of the biggest nights, Halloween. A lot of you should know me in Halloween for the most part. And it was fun, of course, karaoke. Attended Halloween karaoke down at Barley Pops. And yeah, just sang quite a few songs to celebrate the night. Participated in a costume contest. And of course I was Egon Spangler again for Halloween. And didn't win the grand prize, but I did win second place. So, why not make mention of that? And yeah, things got just a little dicey because we came that close to a fight breaking out in the bar close to the end of the night, and just seemed like, alright, that's it, party's over, let's just get everything up and head out. But those kind of things are bound to happen at bars and holidays per se, and just have to work with it all the best you can. But thankfully the fight was inverted, at least inside the bar. Don't know what happened after they took it all outside. But well, everything went well for the most part. And just trying to think, not too much else worth mentioning for October. But for now, just have to wait and see what November brings. No tripod again, just going to be holding the camera this time, but it shouldn't be too bad. Not too much has happened. It should be a short video for November. But, yeah, not too much had happened. Aside from Thanksgiving, spending time with family and friends of the family for the annual dinner and all. Earlier in the month, I was sure a lot of you have seen the post, I did win a very nice TV, really enjoying that and having a lot of fun. And because of that, I actually finally did sign up with Netflix, and I've been watching quite a few shows and movies. And they're very fascinating, and I'm really enjoying all of that so far. And been trying to get back into exercising, working my legs, trying to be a little more aggressive with my health, and starting this one new medication that should help me out with all of that. Just have to keep at it and see how it all goes. And along with that, well, of course, November, quite a few of them had happened for quite a few people, mostly family, but helping quite a few people celebrate their birthdays and just wishing them a happy birthday. And just taking it all as it comes. Just have to wait and see what November brings, but December, well, let's see how December goes. But for the most part, just have to wait and see how it all goes and prepare for the end of this year. So that's another month down, and with it, another year down. December was quite the month, I have to say. I didn't do all that much, but of course, because of the holidays and all of that, spent a whole lot of time with family, and did went to quite a few family functions for Christmas. And got quite a few gifts that were really great. I'm not going to talk about them all. But just to point this out, I'm sure, Phil, you're going to enjoy this. Whenever we get the chance to hang out and play some games, I'm not sure how you really feel about this game, but I have this special edition, thanks to one of my brothers, of Yahtzee. And, well, just for the fact that I have this replica flex capacitor, you can guess which version of Yahtzee it is. And I'm pretty sure you would like to see this and, play a few games with that. And along with that, not too much else had happened. I did get myself a new phone, and I'm enjoying that so far. I'm not going to say what kind of phone it is just yet, but so far I'm looking forward to it and can do quite a bit, as I believe. And, well, just not too much else to talk about with the month, but just reflecting on the year. And quite a bit had happened, although quite a bit did not happen. I didn't get the chances to work on my other stories or working with my music that much, but that is bound to happen. I still have the ideas locked away in my mind, so when I get the time, once the time comes, I'm gonna get at it and work on those. But for the most part, just have to take it all as it comes, and just trying to prepare myself for what's to come next year, and all of that is going to be. And, well, backtrack just a little bit. Despite how I didn't get to work on those projects, I have been I have been trying my best to work on this one secret project of mine. I'm not going to say what it is in this video, but it does seem like it's going well. And, well, I'm sure I'm going to finish it sometime next year, and we'll see just how well I get a hang of it. But that just all remains to be seen. Still, this was quite a year. A whole lot had happened and gone into it, gotten so much from it. Just had to learn so much along the way as well. And, like I said, prepare myself, brace myself like we all have to for next year, and all the years thereafter for what's to come. And I'm not going to say too much again in this video, but it does seem like quite a few reasons why 2016 is working out to be a good year in the making right now. We just have to wait and see how all of that goes. Not just for me, but, well, for everybody, as it were. Some of my favorite bands in the studio working on some new music. Really looking forward to all of that. And talking with some friends, making some plans. See how all of that goes. You just have to greet it all with open arms. Really looking forward to it all. And just the way some movies seem to be for next year. Well, we'll just have to wait and see how all of that goes. It seems like I'm saying that a lot in this month, but no problem with that. And for the most part, kinda hate to say it, but this might be the final year. I'm a little undecided. I'm still undecided on it, but I have been doing this quite some time. Getting a little tired, as it were, with these annual vlogs. But just have to wait and see how everything goes next year. See if I still continue it. But just a heads up now, in case you don't see any more of these from me at the end of the years to come. Well, just know that I'm still around, still fighting my fights the best I could with my health. A lot of you are aware of that. My condition and everything that goes along with it. And just dealing with it all the best I can. But for the most part, just have to wait and see how it all goes. Don't have too much as far as resolutions go for next year, but just have to take it all as it comes. But for the most part, thus ends another year. Well, first another month for this year. And again, just have to wait and see what happens in 2016. I am ready for it.